Uh, Hello, just check once again whether my voice is audible.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there was some internet interruption problem. That's why, sorry for late. What we have seen in the last lecture now, principle of law of transmissibility of forces. A simple bottom line I have told regarding this. So, what is the law of transmissibility of force? It is nothing but line of action will remain same, and bottom line we have seen many more things we have discussed, even I have asked. So what is this law? And at the last we came to a conclusion that irrespective of line of action, irrespective of line of action, uh, the effect of force will remain unchanged if at all we are going to change point of application like this. So once this law of transmissibility of force will come into picture, once law of transmissibility of force will come into picture, so three words you have to remember. Which are they? Law, which are they? So first one is line of action, second one is point of application, the third one is unchanged or unaltered. Actually here there is one word is mentioned here also. So that word unchanged or unaltered, that we have seen. So I will just a little mark here. So this word unaltered or unchanged, where I have made a circle. So this thing we have to remember, unaltered or unchanged. So what does it mean? It means if at all line of action of force will remain same, so point of application doesn't matter, so that the effect will remains unchanged. So that we have seen lastly. So what is the law of transmissibility of force? Afterwards, this example with the diagram it is given. So point of application, this we have seen where point of application is given and force is given. Even some more diagrams is there, one rectangular block, one square bracket, one elliptical object. This also we have seen, where if you see carefully in between you are observing one equal to sign, where by red color, what it is shown by red color, force is shown. And point of application, if you see carefully the point of application, you will come to know that point of application doesn't matter if at all force is going to remain same. That we have seen. So resolution and resultant. So in short, so I have at that time we have seen what does it mean by resolution and resultant. Resolution, splitting means dividing, splitting a particular force or dividing a particular force, splitting or dividing. Resolution. Resultant, combining. So this in short in your notebook you can write split resolution. So resolution and resultant force. So what does it mean? Resolution means splitting, in bracket dividing, in Marathi vibhagane, resolution. On the other hand, resulting, combining together, in bracket in Marathi we are saying ekatrit karne, in short. So we can combine here resultant and resolution. So this also we have seen, converting one force resolution, एकापासून एका फोर्सचे अनेक फोर्स मध्ये विभागणी करणे, दॅट इज रिझोल्युशन. ऑन द अदर हँड रिझल्टंट, अनेक फोर्सचा एकच फोर्स करणे. इन बोथ केसेस व्हॉट इज इम्पॉर्टंट, इन बोथ केसेस रिझल्टंट शुड रिमेन, result of the force system should remain same. That is the most important thing in both the cases. Okay, that is the resolution. In short I will tell, resolution dividing or splitting a given force, and resultant combining a given force in one line. That is the resolution and resultant we have seen. So this also we have seen, it can be done by a simple algebraic addition if the forces is only vertical or horizontal. जर एखादा फोर्स हा डायरेक्टली हॉरिझॉन्टल किंवा व्हर्टिकल असेल, डायरेक्टली वी कॅन गो फॉर इट्स addition or subtraction, not necessary to resolve, because resolve means what? In two components we are going to resolve a force, and that two components are x component and y component, or along x axis and along y axis. So as we know, these two axes are perpendicular to each other, so anyhow we are going to resolve along these two axes. So one is x axis and another one is y axis. But what is shown in this case, in first two figures, whatever force is there, whatever force is there, that force is along the axis. So where I have tick marked, So that force is along the axis. So not necessary to resolve. Directly we can add or subtract depending upon our what we can say. Then if a force is inclined, so this resolution method is applicable to inclination where it is inclined. If it is inclined, so in fourth figure you can see whatever that pulling of that particular load is going on, that it is at angle theta. So that is at angle theta like this. Here force neither it is horizontal nor vertical. So that is the case, neither it is horizontal nor vertical. So that is one more case. Okay. Then sign convention, very important. I have told what does the sign convention of force. So for this we should remember the coordinate system x and y, something like this, x and y. So x axis, y axis. So this we have to remember. Sorry. So here it is. I will repeat. So this we have seen last lecture. So what is this vertical y, horizontal x? So here I will write positive x. Here it is negative. So okay. So again here positive, and here it is negative. So this thing also we know. So according to this also we have to remember the sign convention of for the force, means in short. So this we have seen conclusion of this, how to remember force or sign convention for the force. If the force is going towards right or upward, then it is towards right or towards
Positive.
upward, it is considered as positive. On the other hand, if it is going towards left or towards downward side, then it is considered as negative. It is as simple as this. Okay, so there is no more confusion or not necessary to confuse in this. So then resolution of force, up to here we came across. So resolution of force. So this thing also you should write. What does it mean by resolution? So the method, as we discussed, the resolution and resultant. Resolution, splitting or dividing the given force into its component, it is called as resolution, no doubt. And then how it is shown. So what does here it is done, x and y axis is drawn and one force is given at an angle of theta. So are you observing that angle theta? So that angle is given here at an angle theta. So whatever this horizontal distance is there, so this distance is apex. So for our information I will draw this much. This much is apex along x-axis. Okay, what it is given, and this much is f, only f. So whatever force is given, f. Similarly, here also this vertical is fy, and for this case, if at all we are going to consider this, so trigonometry we have to apply. So if you will apply for the triangle for this, so I will, whatever I have cross marked here, if I will apply the trigonometry here, so for this much, so what will happen where I have cross marked? So what will be the cos theta for this? What will be the cos theta where I have cross marked? What will be the value of cos theta? Cos of given angle. What will be the value of cos theta? Cos theta
Adjacent side upon hypotenuse.
Adjacent side. So
upon hypotenuse.
Upon hypotenuse.
Upon hypotenuse. F means we want to calculate value of fx divided by f. It is as simple as this. So x component will become, what will become x component? Fx is equal to f cos theta. It is as simple. If at all we are going to apply the trigonometry here. Okay. So here same is applied here. So you can see. So in the other hand, we can say fx component as horizontal, fh, and vertical component as fv. Likewise, we can say or fy and fx. Either you can say fx, fy, or we can say fh and fv, whatever it is given. So whatever it is given, so final, after applying the trigonometry, here what it is came, it is the formula we can see. It has came here. So it is often convenient to split the force into two perpendicular components. One is horizontal, or we can say horizontal, vertical, or X and Y. So this you can, if you want to write, either you can take screenshot or you can write. Consider the force F being split into vertical and horizontal. One is FV, one is FH. So if you apply sine and cos, so here you will come to know that either in one of the triangle you can apply sine and cos, so you will get the values of FV and F sine theta. So it is just we can say it is a uh, derivation type, but finally we have to remember what is the x component or y component and y component. So what is x component? F cos theta. So here one thumb rule we have to remember. So once we are going to resolve a particular force into its two perpendicular components, so one thumb rule we have to remember in always in our mind, which is that in Marathi I will tell. Suppose this force F, हा force इथे F आहे. Okay, by this force in Marathi I will tell, हे सेंटेन्स अतिशय महत्वाचं आहे. त्या फोर्सने ज्याच्याशी अँगल केलेला आहे, ज्याच्याशी अँगल केलेला आहे त्याचा कोसाइन म्हणा किंवा कॉस म्हणा, कॉस घ्यायचा. सो बाय दिस फोर्स F with whom angle theta is made, or it is made with the horizontal से angle theta केलेला आहे. That's why we have to take its cos along the horizontal. काय म्हणतोय बघा मी, ज्यावेळी आपण एखादा फोर्स स्प्लिट करत असतो, once we are going to split a particular force, then we have to take along the direction cosine or cos, along the direction cos component we have to take, and perpendicular to that direction will be sine component, like this. तर याचं कन्क्लुजन काय आहे आपल्याला पुढे पण येणार आहे. ज्याच्याशी अँगल केलेला आहे त्याच्याबरोबर कॉस घेणे. ओके, अंडरस्टूड? along which axis? हा शिंदे,
X axis.
हा x axis. You want to tell or you want to ask? Somebody told something. Huh? Okay, no issue. Means ज्याच्याशी अँगल केलेला आहे त्याचा कॉस घेणे. That is the conclusion. So not necessary to remember this. आपल्याला प्रॉब्लेम सोडवत असताना ज्या ऍक्सिस बरोबर अँगल दिलेला आहे त्याच्या बरोबर कॉस घेणे. That is the thumb rule, or we can say bottom line. मी bottom line सांगितलेली आहे. Okay, that is our conclusion of this resolution of force. We have to take cos component along that direction for which angle is given, or inclination angle is given. That is the bottom line of this resolution of force. परत एकदा रिपीट करतोय, ज्या ऍक्सिस बरोबर अँगल दिलेला आहे, along that component, once we want to take its resolution, we have to take its cosine, cos. Either I will say cosine or cos. Okay, once again I will repeat, once further problems will come. Then here same thing is mentioned here, same, nothing else. So here resultant is shown, here x component, y component, and here resultant directly here. Directly after applying trigonometry, what is happening? It is given. What it is happening? It is shown here. So whatever force is applied, so this you can remember. So here I have made here some rectangle. Force F, it is going. So direction also matters. Huh? That is also important. Where it is going, what the way I have told by considering our x and y components. Same is here. So fx, आता तुमच्या लक्षात येईल, along, once we are going to take along x axis cos theta, here cos theta is taken, here also cos theta is taken. Okay, so we have to remember and we have to remember the direction of force. You have to always remember direction of force. So how to remember? So just see here how to remember. Now this arrow you have to, so how to remember? So are you knowing quadrants, different quadrants we have seen? I have told which is this quadrant? Where my this pencil is there? Which is
First quadrant.
very good.
First quadrant.
Okay, first quadrant. Which is this quadrant?
Second quadrant.
Second.
quadrant.
Now this basic already we have seen. This is second. This is third. Now this is
Third.
third, and this is fourth, and this is fourth. Okay. Now what we have to check? How we have to check in which quadrant that force will come? हे check कसं करायचं मराठीत सांगतो. I will tell how to check where that particular force will come. So what you have to do simply at rough space. In rough space you can draw something. Rough space मध्ये डायरेक्ट असं प्लस साइन काढून घ्यायचं. Then whatever force is given, हा फोर्स जो दिसतोय का डायरेक्शन ती बरोबर सेंटरला काढायची. बरोबर at the origin I will say here in more refined word at the origin म्हणजे तो असा येईल. म्हणजे जर हा फोर्स मी इथं काढायचं म्हटलं म्हणजे हा फोर्स जर मी इथं काढायचं म्हटलं तर तो कुठे येईल? कुठल्या क्वाड्रंट मध्ये येईल? इफ दिस फोर्स
First quadrant.
in first quadrant, it automatically it will come in first quadrant. Keep in mind. So as we discussed, for first quadrant x is positive, y is positive, so automatically both these components will come positive. Component x is also will come positive, component y will also come positive, because whatever from the direction of force or line of action of force, we can conclude that this force is coming in first quadrant, and that thumb rule I have given. So how to check in which quadrant particular force will come? That is the most important. So in this figure, so are you observing both fx and fy? Both x and y component of the force are positive. Why? Because this particular force is lying in
First quadrant.
Very good, lying in first quadrant. That is the conclusion, like this. Okay. Then here description of force resolved. So first quadrant, second, same thing is there. So whatever case we have seen, it is for first quadrant. So if at all it will come for maybe first, second. So if I will write, so now you can apply your mind. So I will write it's x component. Here I will write some x. Here I will write fy. So what about fx and fy for first quadrant? So shall I give names? This is first. You are knowing. What about x and y component?
Both
In
are
case
positive.
both are
Positive.
here third, both will be positive in case of first. So just I will make curly bracket. I will write positive. Okay. Nothing. Now for coming back to second quadrant, what will happen?
X is negative and y is positive.
Y is positive.
X will be
Negative.
x component will be negative, and
Y positive.
y will be
Positive.
I will say positive. What will happen for the quadrant number 3? What will
Both are negative. Both are negative.
okay? Both will be negative. Here both will be negative. What will happen?
Negative.
What will happen for fourth quadrant?
X is positive, y is negative.
Y is negative.
Okay, x is positive and fy is, because it is downward, it is negative. This is the conclusion, or we should be able to identify where that force is lying or in which quadrant it is lying. If you are knowing these things, it is very simple how that component will come, whether it is positive or negative. Likewise, so this screen is also most important. You can see, so here actually description of force resolved in 4 quadrants it is given. So first thing you should remember where it is lying. So once it will be okay to check or to identify where that force is lying, so it is very simple. It is very simple to identify how it will be, which will be its positive component and which will be its negative component. Okay, then so same thing is given here, same, so nothing else. So you can whatever I have discussed here, same is given here. So no doubt here. Apex positive, what you have told, apex positive as the angle is made with x-axis. So f cos theta, fy. So f sin theta, both are positive. So in second quadrant apex, it will come negative. Fy will come positive likewise. Then third quadrant, both will come. Both will come. Is there any changes?
Negative.
Both will
Negative.
come negative. Third quadrant. What about fourth quadrant? What about fourth?
X is positive, Y is negative.
Y is
Positive, Y
negative.
negative.
So whatever we have discussed, the same is mentioned here, nothing else. And I have told the thumb rule, how to check in which quadrant that force is lying. Whatever line of action of that force is there, you have to pick up that line of action of force, keep at the origin or stick at the origin. You will come to know that where that line of where that particular force is lying. Is there any problem till now? Is there any problem?
No, no, sir.
So still here some one more example is given. So it is just for our understanding. Forces in different quadrants, same is given here, and it is mentioned also. So whatever we have discussed, so that thing is mentioned. If you will see carefully on the this particular slide, you will come to know that this. So x is component, first quadrant positive positive, negative positive. Second quadrant negative positive, third quadrant negative negative. Same thing is mentioned whatever we have discussed. Fourth quadrant x is positive, y is negative. So such forces will come. Okay, so that thing whatever, but angle is something different, etc. So that thing is we have to remember. Okay, then so here also angles and its components are shown. First quadrant f cos theta, here f sin theta. With the arrow it is shown. Second quadrant in this direction f cos theta. Here you will come to know that now one more thing is important. So f cos theta, but arrow is shown towards left hand side. In your mind a question may arise that why sir it is not shown minus f cos theta. तर तुमच्या मनात इथं एक शंका येऊ शकते की सेकंड फिगर मध्ये सो वॉट एव्हर इट इज देअर हे निगेटिव्ह का दाखवलं नाही यू इन युअर माइंड देअर मे बी अ क्वेश्चन may arise in your mind why it is not shown f cos theta as a negative. It is shown positive but arrow is shown towards left hand side. म्हणजे तुम्ही arrow ने दाखवू शकता, not necessary to show negative. जर तुम्ही ब्रॅकेट मध्ये arrow दाखवत असेल तर साइन दाखवण्याची गरज नाही. That we will see once problem will start. Okay, so that is one thing. That is one thing is also possible. So here it is same thing is mentioned. F cos theta, f sin theta. So here arrow, with the help of arrow it is shown at the different places. Arrows shown here. Here you can see how here arrow is also shown. This arrow, f cos theta, arrow is shown here also. F sin theta, actually this is negative, but still it is shown by this arrow, something like this. This arrow, it is shown by something like this arrow. Okay, so same thing is mentioned, nothing new in this slide. So only one diagram is drawn, angle theta is mentioned and different components. Instead of sign we can use arrow. What is the conclusion, what I want to tell? This particular component not necessary to show by its sign. when you are going to use arrow ने पण दाखवू शकता. म्हणजे एखादा नाव फॉर दिस कंपोनेंट नॉट नेसेसरी टू से एज अ मायनस एफ कॉस थिटा. याला मायनस एफ कॉस थिटा म्हणायचं नाही तर काय म्हणायचं, एफ कॉस थिटा टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट साइड, like this. Also meaning is same. Either you can use sign or arrow. या दोन्ही पैकी एक वापरायचं काहीतरी. Either you can use sign or arrow, not at a time. Both should not, you should not use at a time. Sign as well as arrow, दोन्ही वापरायचं नाही at a time, otherwise it will have some different meaning. त्याचं meaning वेगळं होतं त्याच्यानंतर. That's why either you can use arrow or sign likewise. Then forces along this simple plus sign you can draw, whether you are knowing these directions north, south, west, east. So if the force is given in terms of, instead of angle, if it is given in some principal direction, So have you come across some these principal directions before this? याच्या अगोदर कधी आला होता का प्रिन्सिपल डायरेक्शनच्या across? Have you came some across these principal directions? Yes, no?
No.
Okay, so whatever principal directions are there, no issue. So you can see here, so north, south, west and east, so these are the angle. So if the force is acting due east, बघा जर असं स्टेटमेंट असेल, if force is acting due east, due means what? So this I am telling, due east means what? Due east कडे, मराठीमध्ये ड्यू चं मीनिंग काय आहे? कडे, टुवर्ड्स वी कॅन से इन इंग्लिश. मीनिंग ऑफ ड्यू इज टुवर्ड्स. सो फॉर युअर इन्फॉर्मेशन यू कॅन राईट ड्यू मीन्स टुवर्ड्स, च्या कडे. टुवर्ड्स ईस्ट मीन्स विच इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऍक्सिस how that force will be, how we can say in terms of axis, positive x axis, positive y axis, negative x, negative y. ड्यू ईस्टला आता बघा हे डायरेक्शन बघून घ्या सगळे, नॉर्थ साऊथ. सो दिस इज नॉर्थ, दिस इज साऊथ, दिस इज वेस्ट and this is east. Okay, so if I will say a particular force is acting due east, so how you will understand in terms of axis? हे sentence axis मध्ये कसं म्हणणार? So meaning of due, I have told due means towards. So in terms of axis, how you will tell?
Towards x-axis.
Towards x-axis.
Towards x-axis.
X-axis.
Then okay, x-axis will have to
Positive x-axis.
very good. Positive x-axis. Positive, this word is very important. Positive x-axis, because direction E or east is here, north is upward, south is downward, west is towards left. So meaning of, if I will say, so hereafter if I will say a particular force is acting due north, so how that force will be, positive or negative? Due north,
Positive.
Positive y.
Towards
Positive
y-axis.
positive y-axis, and automatically as it is acting upward, it will be positive. So from this slide and from this particular slide, you can remember what does it mean by due. Due means towards in Marathi, chakade. Towards means, so if the force is particular force is along the principal direction, त्यावेळी हे डायरेक्शन लक्षात ठेवा. ड्यू ईस्ट मीन्स व्हॉट? टुवर्ड्स पॉझिटिव्ह एक्स ऍक्सिस. ड्यू वेस्ट मीन्स टुवर्ड्स निगेटिव्ह ऍक्सिस.
negative y-axis.
सॉरी,
X-axis.
X-axis.
negative x axis. Due north means positive y axis. Due south means negative y axis. Likewise, you can remember. On the other hand, so whatever it is given, so likewise if it is along the principal axis, and here numerical resolution. So before that, so here also E1 इकडे बघा, याच्यामध्ये अजूनही म्हणता येतं. समजा आता याच्यावरतीच थोडं आपण डिस्कस करू, प्रिन्सिपल डायरेक्शन. सो बिफोर गोइंग टू नेक्स्ट पार्ट, सो इफ पर्टिक्युलर फोर्स इज लाईक दिस, असं इथून असा चाललेला आहे आणि इथं like this. Suppose angle is not mentioned, suppose it is 45. How it is mentioned? It is in between north and east. So how it will be mentioned? A force is acting on a body away from the point along northeast direction. So here I will write northeast direction. Now northeast, like this it will be mentioned. Northeast. So it is mentioned the northeast. Angle is not mentioned. Actually meaning is what? Northeast. So here it is the north and east, and angle is not mentioned means by default we have to take equal angle 45. So likewise we have to take, if I will take something like this, suppose south 30, west, south 30 west, like this. If I will take like this, south 30 west, how it will be? It's a watching how to read this. He read कसं करायचं? While going from south to west, साऊथ कडून वेस्ट कडे जाताना अँगल किती घ्यायचा 30 डिग्री. येते का लक्षात बघा. मीन्स हिअर वी हॅव टू टेक कुठून कुणीकडे जायचं आपल्याला साऊथ कडून वेस्ट कडे
West
जायचं
कडे.
आणि अँगल किती घ्यायचा आहे 30
30.
लाईक दिस. हे असं रिडिंग करायचे लाईक दिस. येते का लक्षात. इफ आय विल हिअर आय विल से नॉर्थ 25 west, which this 25 degree angle, it is given along vertical axis or horizontal axis.
Vertical.
North 25
Vertical.
vertical axis automatically, because
Vertical axis.
what does it mean? How, whatever I have told, north, while going from north to west, north कडून west कडे जाताना अँगल किती घ्यायचा आहे 25. 25 means it will be something like, here we will say it will be something like this 25 degree. So we should know this. हे आपल्याला माहित असावं. Actually it is very base and it will not come in problem etc, but we should know this direction. Okay, म्हणजे याच्यामध्ये 3 टाइप्स आहे. 3 types of we can say 3 different types of giving the angle. 3 different types of angle. So if I will say due east, what is this? Is first method, due east, due west, due north, due south. Meaning of due east, why? Due east is what? Along the east direction. Along east direction, that is the meaning of along east, that is the meaning of this. Towards east means positive axis or along axis. हे सगळे फोर्स असं म्हणू शकतो का मी, हे सगळे फोर्स along axis आहेत. Can I say it like this? All these 4 forces are along the axis. असं म्हणू का मी? Whether my sentence will be correct in that case?
Yes.
All these somebody said no or
Yes,
yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. All these 4 forces are along the axis. We can say either it is positive x, positive y, negative x or negative y. All these 4 forces. If force is mentioned something like this, एखादा फोर्स असाच दाखवलाय समजा नॉर्थ ईस्ट, फोर्स इज अप्लाइड नॉर्थ ईस्ट असं म्हटलं काय समजून घेणार हो तुम्ही? इथे अँगल तर दिसतच नाही. अँगल इज नॉट मेन्शन.
45 angle.
45 angle.
45 angle.
This is second method. 45 degree. We have to take 45. नंतर त्याच्यामध्ये इथं म्हणू शकत नाही. If at all you will come across which 45 along vertical or horizontal. Anyhow, from one side, if you are going to take 45 angle, remaining angle will be 45. येते का लक्षात? जर इकडून 45 घेतला तर ऑटोमॅटिक दुसऱ्या बाजूने किती अँगल राहिलो? 90 minus 45 45.
45.
This is second method. Maybe something like this. If I will say WS. So you can remember. So you should not get confused. WS angle is given 45. Simply. This is second method to mention the angle. And which is third? So third I will write here. Which is third method? Which is third? North. Suppose it is given north 30, north 30 east. So how to remember this? North 30 east. How to remember this particular we can say explanation? North 30 east. North कडून east कडे जाताना how much angle we should take?
30.
30. This is the third method to remember the angle. So here it will come as a 30. Here it will come as a 30 like this. So these are the 3 methods. Forces along principal directions. Either it will be along that particular axis or in between exactly at 45, or it may be making with some angle. ये 3 method लक्षात आल्या का? We should remember, or we should.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You understood these 3
Yes,
methods?
sir.
Then numerical resolution. So whatever we have seen, so magnitude and direction of force. So from tomorrow I will request all of you, if either you can purchase a scientific calculator, scientific non-programmable calculator, or you can download from your Play Store if you are attending online classes, you should download from your